Welcome to 2020, the year where the Eurovision Song Contest will take place in Rotterdam. Today we will look at the history of the most recent winner of the contest, the Netherlands. How did they go from this to this? Let's find out. The Netherlands was present at the first ever Eurovision Song Contest in 1956. The first song ever performed on a Eurovision stage was of Dutch origin.
La rassegna ha inizio, come abbiamo detto, con l'Olanda, la quale presenta De Vogels van Holland.
In 1956, countries could send 2 songs to the contest. The second song for the Netherlands was performed by Corrie Brokken. She returned at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1957 and became the first Dutch winner in the history of the contest with her song Net als toen.
Dan wordt de wereld weer net als vroeger, een sprookjesland.
A year later, she returned again, this time with less success. The Netherlands didn't have to wait long for another victory. In 1959, when the contest took place in Cannes, Teddy Scholten won with the song Een beetje.
Dat speet je maar, ach weet je, soms vergeet je wel een beetje gauw je eetje van trouw.
After the good start in the 50s, the 60s were less successful for the Netherlands. They didn't finish higher than 10th for 9 years in a row, and in 1962, even the technical facilities failed. At the very end of the 60s, finally their luck turned. Leni Koer won the Eurovision Song Contest in 1969, together with artists from 3 other countries. To this day, it remains the only time that more than one artist won the Eurovision Song Contest. The Dutch entries from the 70s were mostly dominated by groups. In 1975, a Dutch group managed to win the Eurovision Song Contest. T-Chin won in Stockholm with the song Ding a Dong. The 80s delivered mixed results for the Netherlands. The highest placing for the Netherlands was 5th, both in 1980 and 1987. In 1980, when the contest was held in The Hague, Maggie McNeil sang a song about Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam, Amsterdam is van alles aan de gang.
In 1987, Marsha became 5th with the song Rechtop in de Wind.
Maar rechtop in de wind zal ik blijven staan.
A performance that is mostly remembered for the shoulder pads. The 90s delivered some pop hits from the Netherlands. These songs had a notable chart success in their own country. Celia Rombly, who will be one of the hosts of the Eurovision Song Contest 2020, noted the best Dutch result in the 90s. She came 4th with her song Hemel en Aarde. If it comes to results, the early 2000s are often referred to as the dark ages for the Netherlands. From 2005 to 2012, the Netherlands did not manage to qualify for the final. New hope came for the Netherlands in 2013, when Dutch star Anouk decided to represent the country at the Eurovision Song Contest. Her song Birds qualified for the final for the first time in 9 years and ended up in the top 10. In Copenhagen in 2014, it was the Common Linnets who ignited the Eurovision spark even more. They came second after Conchita Wurst, and recorded the best result for the Netherlands in more than 30 years. 2015 was the last year that the Netherlands didn't manage to qualify for the final. Douwe Bob, Eugene and Waylon all managed to qualify and paved the road to the most recent victory of the Netherlands at the Eurovision Song Contest. Duncan Lawrence became the first Dutch Eurovision winner in 44 years.